and welcome to the Morning Blessings. My name is Tessa-Marie. How are you feeling today? What's going on? It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Check on your feelings. It is, of course, Monday, the 22nd of July, 2024. Hello, Georgie and Stacy. How are you beautiful ladies doing this morning? It is a lovely morning. We have a lovely topic for you. Good morning, Georgie. Morning, Stace. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful morning. The sun is shining, and here we are. We're having a great day. Thank you, Stace. Good morning, Lisa, Georgie, and Stacy. It's 8 o'clock, so let's get the show on the road. No time to waste. Well, of course. So my book that has spelling errors is out. Even if you get it, what do you call it, edited, it's still going to have errors. So it's odd, but you get the thing. So Caroline and I are going to attempt to fix them. So don't discard the book because of that. And so even when you have it edited, as you know. So anyway, it's out and the reviews are coming in. So don't forget to do your review on Amazon. Let us look at the message and not so much what is on the outside of the message. And that is what is important. So anyway, today is an interesting day for us. It's a Monday, the beginning of a new week. July is almost going to end. Goals, dreams, and desires have been sitting around. And we cannot have these desires and dreams for others. We can only have them for ourselves. So let us look at what we have here. Let me see who's here, because this thing, Instagram is a pain. You look gorgeous. Thank you. Hello, my sweet Diane. How are you feeling this morning? I have to remember your name. Maybe I'm not pronouncing it right either. So anyway, I will learn to pronounce it. So let us do this better. So who are you sharing with? Who are you sharing with? When you have something that you know is important, good, bad, you still have to make a decision. Good morning, Loretta. How are you feeling today? With who are you sharing that? It is important to keep the right company. It is important to do that. Because when the people that you're in company with, these are the people you share with. So that's why you have to be concerned and be aware of what you are willing to share about your life, your dreams, your goals, your desires. You have to be in it and in the moment to realize, is it the right time to share this? When do you really share this? This is something I was taught by my mom. She taught that to us. She said, you don't share things until it's what is it, the word fait accompli, until it has happened. So when it is completed, complete, that's when you do it. That's when you share it. But as human natures, we love to tell people good things in our life. We want to tell them, oh, we are having such a wonderful time. Good morning, how are you? And we want to share with others our dreams, goals, and desires. We want to share with others where we are in our life. We want to share with others sometimes the sadness, the sorrow, the disappointment, the pain. But we have to do something else with that. We have memories. We know we have done that. And we are sharing those things with people. So it's Daini. Okay, I'll get there. I'm going to look at it. Look it up. So sometimes we're in the middle of sharing, or we have shared. Should we stop? Just stop and look back. What were the answers did we get? What was the feedback we got? Told us to stop, told us to let go, drop the ball. When it's a sad situation, if it's a child, just ignore them. You have done your best. They're adult, all of that. Don't talk to them. All of these ideas and all of this type of energy they're sending and telling us what to do. So it's important to share with somebody that you know that understands. And there's another reason for that. That is sharing the bad thing, right? What is not pleasant in our life. But sometimes we have this thing we're going to do, like opening a big cake shop, like opening, doing the best of your sales and your beauty things and all the things you're doing, having your business booming. And you go and you're so excited, writing a book or having the book written, and they bought it just to call me and to tell me the spelling errors in there. And I really don't give a shit, because I am not perfect. And I spend too much time in nature to realize that nature is not perfect. Who am I to do that? And another thing is that I can go as close as perfection, and still there's going to be a reason to keep growing. So when you have perfect, when you're perfect, that means there's nothing less to do. But now I know I grow. And that's what I mean. So even if I didn't say that to you, but to call to tell me the errors that are in it and list them, it's your choice. But now I know. So I have one more step to go. I know I'm not perfect. That's why I let it go. I'll fix it and I'll move on. So sharing, although I didn't do that though, they spend the money to buy it just to call me with that. I said, what is the message? Are you getting it? Oh no, I really wanted to see if you did it right. So I haven't done one thing right in my life, and I'm 78 years old. I'm still aiming to do something right. That was my answer. So it is important to keep the right company. Ask the question to yourself as many times as possible. Ask this question right now to yourself many times. Ask that question. Is this person the right person for me to have in my life at the moment? You notice I put at the moment, because they might have been the right person 10 years ago. They might have been the right person last week. They might have been the right person this morning. Good morning, Kimberly. But hey, ask yourself this question. Is this person the right person for me to have in my life at this moment? When you're ready to share this amazing dream, goal, and desire to be a motivational speaker, to be a coach, to help others, to have your own business, to do this, to help your children be better, work with your grandchildren, help push them forward. You see, if we were so perfect, and most of you who do not have children that are an adult or have no grandchildren yet, you will realize there is no such thing as a perfect recipe. Because all what we did wrong, and we are very much aware of it, or we didn't do well enough for our children, give us a grandchild and heaven help you. They're going to soar and you wouldn't know what happened. So let me give you something funny to laugh at. And you all know Kylie and her thing. And Kylie is very different. Good morning, Marina, than her mother. Her mother loves light colors, browns and creams and whatever. Kylie loves brilliant, rainbow. Everything is rainbow colors. And Kylie loves perfume. Her mother does not. Kylie loves makeup. Her mother wears makeup, but Kylie loves the idea of makeup. Kylie loves to dress up. You guys saw what Yuko posted, I think, a little when she was over with Kylie. That picture of Kylie looking into the flowers was not a pose picture. We just happened to catch her looking at the flowers that day. So she comes from daycare, and she walks in, and her mother said, oh, Grammy's book is out. She said, where is it? And she dashed. She said, I love the color. Oh, she said, where are the friends and family copies? That's what she said to me. So I said to her, all of them. She picked up the bunch I had on the table, walked to the kitchen to her mother. Here is your family copy. No, I'm going to put the friends and family copy in order. So she goes to Michael's wedding picture and she looks at everybody there and she starts giving them their picture. They said, this is for Hey Hey, that's for JJ, that's Michael's wife, and Michael is Hey Hey because he used to call her Hey Hey. So she calls him Hey Hey, JJ, Bobo, and Joe, and she's going on, she's handing all these books to these imaginary people according to the family picture. She didn't care. She just knew she had to get friends and family. So I thought this was over. And then the next day she said, we're missing 3 books. And I said, why? She said, well, I need to give Monroe a book, Emmett a book, and Kieran a book. So these are Kathleen and Patrick's children, my other daughter by another mother and son. So that's what I'm trying to say to you guys. I couldn't do all of that. I wrote stories for my kids. So I have Kylie now. Kylie cooks with me. I couldn't do all the time cook with them. I didn't have a video to do this. We took pictures. We have great pictures, lots of memories. So it's different. So when we create as a person, we did the best for our children. But when we get our grandchildren, we step up to another degree and we make sure we do it better. And if we were there for another generation, we would still increase it. So there is no such thing called perfection. So do not tell me that there are spelling errors in the book or there's a word missing. It was edited and that's the best we got. And there's perfection nowhere. So I'm going to continue to look at it. So you have to be careful who you share your dreams, goals, and desires with. I put mine out into the ethers, this book, and it's going to fly and soar the way it is meant to be. Did you read the 50 Shades of Grey? I wonder. So let us look at this. It is important to keep the right company. And ask yourself the questions many times as possible. Is this person the right person for me to have in my life at the moment? And then, what level of friendship is this? That they go out of their way to remind me how I stumble and fall, doing something they have never done themselves. Are they making me comfortable? Are they bringing comfort? Friendship needs comfort. Friendship has a certain level of love. There's all kinds of levels of love. So what level of friendship is this? Is it making me comfortable? The thing is, it is important, yes, to keep the right company. Do not share your big dreams with small minds. You have this dream to do something that is amazing. It's your dream. You want to have the biggest of the best travel segment in the world. You like travel, you love taking pictures, you want to do a picture book. Marina does that a lot. She's always doing books. I'm taking pictures all over the place. She decides to put that into a tabletop book. It's going to be very expensive to self-print it anyway because it's in color. They charge you for color. So when you do that, somebody's going to call you and say something to you about that. Yuko wants to be, she does editing and doing all that type of stuff. So is somebody going to criticize how she edits her videos and other videos? So we have to understand when we have these dream goals and desires, do not share them with little minds, small minds, because their mind is not big enough to see Kimberly's big dream. They cannot do that. They cannot understand Colleen, Loretta, and Lisa trying to make sure that the grandchildren have a slight edge, just a slight edge. They cannot see that because their minds are too small. They cannot comprehend outside of criticism. They cannot comprehend outside of assumptions. They do not know positive and exquisite and impeccable words. They don't. So when we share with these kind of people, how you know that already? So why is it as a human being we go? Because we feel good about what we're doing. We want them to feel good about what they're doing. Why are you spending 10 weeks with Micah in the summer? What could you do? What would I do? Do you tell me? You know, my grandson comes for 10 weeks for 6-7 years and now he can't. He's older and the COVID dropped by and now has other things to do. He's driving now. So if I had listened to those people who told me, why you flying to Washington and flying back to Washington to take him and going back? Why? What would have happened to my memory and his? When he sees me or he speaks to me, he still talks about what the things we did playing soccer with him and teaching him how to swim and all of these different things. So you see, you cannot share your big dreams, goals, and desires with people of small minds. They have never done and they never will do what you do. I cannot be bothered looking after grandchildren and their whole attitude is different. So they cannot understand what it is to do what you want to go. Why do you always have to post stuff? Why do you always take pictures? Why are you always doing this, Stacey? Why are you creating this, Stacey? They ask questions. Why do you always show your food on Instagram? Because it's nice and it looks tasty. What about that? So we have to learn that there are people that as much as they're in our life and we like them, and sometimes they're so close to you that if you sneeze, you're sneezing right down their throat. You get that? They're so close to you that if you do that, you're walking into them. But yet, they will criticize you. And then their life goes sideball for a little bit, and they come to you. And you have to have the grace and the dignity to listen to them. You cannot be like them because you weren't born to be like them. So the point is, who are you sharing with? Do they have the capacity to understand, to feel this? We are going to make somebody who only can fit 1 pint in themselves. Good morning, Ryan. How are you feeling today? So we are sharing our big, audacious dream, goals, and desire with somebody with a small mind. And the only thing they can see is defeat. So if you doubt what I'm talking, equate that small mind to a pint. You are making your best to pour a whole gallon into a pint. It will have overflow. They'll never get it. Or you are expecting them to see the gallon that you have when all they can see and contain is a pint. You cannot share your big goals with small-minded people. You cannot give them your goal and say, this is it, that's how big it is. They'll never get it. They're sitting in a pint. They are the teacup to the pot of tea. You can only pour so much into the teacup, and the rest is wasted. If you keep pouring, it's going to be all over the place, and then you have to clean it up. It's the same thing with the small-minded person. You're giving them something they're not able to handle, then guess what? They spill it, and you have to come and pick it up and fix it and put it back together again like Humpty Dumpty, and you know where that went. So, when these people that are in your life, and you open that mouth that God bless you with, and that tongue that you've got, and you start spewing your dream, goals, and desires, and a little angel on your shoulder says, stop. Stop midstream. And run like wild dogs after you. Because they're going to make you go crazy with their negative remarks. They're going to make you, is it always have to look like that? Even when you dress up, they ask you, I get that all the time. Do you always have to be dressed up? Yes, because I'm expecting the emperor to come to breakfast one of these days. And that is all there is to it. And then they realize she's crazy. It's no point I tell her anything because she's telling me she's not taking me on. She's not feeding my big fat ego that wants to tell her she should not have any clothes, proper, decent clothes on because she's at home. And that, my dear, if you have a spouse, it works both ways. That is what keeps the fires hot. But when you look like Carol Burnett when she was cleaning the offices or what she was doing, then what do you expect? So, do not let people tell you how to be you. Do not share your dream, goals, and desires. You love to dress, then dress. You love makeup, put it on. And anybody who doesn't like it, when they see you, all they have to do is close their eyes, but be careful they do not walk into you. You see if you have two... Oh, thank you, Ryan. Did you see what Ryan said? Stay tuned. Thank you. So we have to realize where we are. When we are creating something, as much as I said, the book has spelling errors, but it took 5 years because I took my time to do that. It's not my fault. The English language is confusing. So there we go. Even if you were born in it, it's still confusing. So we have to realize I couldn't take this and give it to that small-minded prophet, because that's what they are. They're prophets. They're prophesizing their words, their life, their future by criticizing us because we step into the arena and we fight. We step into the arena and we decide to raise grandchildren, to help them, to guide them, to be supported. We're crazy running back and forth and we fall into bed exhausted. Sometimes I look at Kylie and I think, when is she going to stop jumping up and down? And then I remember I did that already. Hey, I need to perfect what I did. And that's how I look at it. I need to fine tune it. I need to maybe just give her a little bit more leeway than I did mine. And her mother said, you never allow us to do that. And she's exhausted just talking. And now you're allowing her to do all kinds of things. I don't know why I get caught up between you and Kylie. She says that all the time. But that is my goal, to have her confused. I say, when you're ready, take her home and fix her. If you do not like what's going on with her. At Grammy's house, there's no rules and regulation unless you're going to hurt yourself. So you have to remember, share with the person you know that will either be silent and take you in. Be careful when you're sharing and they're contradicting you in midstream. It tells you though, he who answers before hearing everything in Proverbs, that person is a fool. So if the person is interrupting you as you're talking, say, stop, I'm not done. And let them get that. But you have to realize there comes a time you might as well just shut up and let them run them off, because you're trying, you're pushing, you're pouring a gallon into a pint. It's never going to go in. The pint is already full. There's no room to grow. There's no room for something new. They only see disaster. And even when you have the joy and you have success, I cannot believe that happened. I never thought you would get there. All of that. And so sharing is important. Who we share with is even more important. When they say birds of a feather stick together, they don't only mean that. They mean sharing with them. Because they will sit on the stoop and tell you as people go by that are going to mind their business, hey, look at that one, oh, this one is going, that one is walking, that one is dirty, that one is clean. If that's what they do, and you find yourself sitting on the stoop, watching the world go by, then you need to stop doing it and get up and go be one of those doing their thing. Because if we are sharing with them and we are sitting next to them, their energy is just going to take over ours. We are like a sponge when that is not of our nature, to criticize and to make others feel they're not good enough. They didn't do it right. They're not successful. That is when you sit down and you say, no, I am becoming them. I'm only seeing the negative in people. And when they have some good news, I tear it down. And if you have the gift to realize you are in the wrong herd, then you need to stand back. Because literally what we are doing is pushing our square body into a wrong hole. It will not work. So when you realize this is not my team, these are not my colors, I do not belong, I am treading into a lane that is not mine, you are also blocking your flow. Stacey will be very happy because you have placed a beaver in your own river. And you are the one doing it, not them, because you're allowing it. You have to choose. You have to look at it and you have to say, what level of friendship is this? Am I comfortable in that group? Am I comfortable with this conversation? In the 5 pillars of prosperity, right? I have a section where I say how to deal with these situations where you have to be there, how to keep the pillar healthy, and what you have to do, how to deal with negative people. In person, approach them first. Walk towards them and begin a conversation you can control. Where you can say goodbye before it goes down the rabbit hole. So I do that often. I walk towards the people when I meet them in a group and I go, hello, how are you? How are you doing today? Oh, it's so lovely to see you. And my sentence runs and I'm laughing. I'll talk to you later. I have to check on somebody over here. And Loretta stands there in awe and she says, how do you do this? She's always asking me, how do I do it? I made up my mind before I leave home. You need a plan every day. So you need to have your little plan. Sorry about that, Steve, to understand that when you see them in person, approach them first, walk up to them, and then greet them with a smile and control the conversation. If they say, oh, did you see so-and-so? She's here and she's wearing this. No, but I have to go see my friend over there. Talk to you later. Love you. You always love them, because the more you say you love you, the better it is. Being with this group. Thank you, Yuko. The other way to do this, if it's a telephone call, call first and lead the conversation and be ready to end it if the tone changes. So that book is just going to help you to live a fulfilled life, because you carry these people with you into your future, you're screwed. Because you will leave the phone call that you couldn't control. You know they're going to call. And when they call, they have nothing new to help you with. So they're looking to share with you something terrible about somebody whose business it is not yours at all, or to find out what it is that's going in your life they want to take a little bit for. So there are so many reasons how to navigate difficult situations. Always be prepared when venturing into places or situations that negatively affect you. I like when I get a tongue-tied word. So when it affects you in a negative way, be prepared. You know, sometimes it's a family situation, a cold fish in the family that just looks like a statue. But they're going to come and say something that is going to burn. And you have to be careful with that. So that is what the 5 pillars will do. It will not only to tell you what they are, it tells you how to navigate through each of them. So that when you get to the point of making your life, the life you want, your vision, and you made up your plan, you plan for everything. I'm going there, I'm spending 2 hours. I'm going there, I'm enjoying myself, but I will leave. When it gets to that point, I have to go. When Uncle Harry starts cursing Auntie Betty, it's time for me to leave the dining room table. Thanksgiving is over. Now it's fighting giving. So all of these things we have to understand. Prepare. And that's what the 5 pillars does. People ask me, how can you be alone? I can be alone and read and look at things and put the music on and dance out of tune and sing out of tune. I don't care. It is as it is. So I share. There's certain people I share with. And I can talk to my friends and we do not gossip. We just talk about the world, we talk about that, and no opinion. We don't go there. They're saying something about their children and a situation. I had a friend who had such a shock. I have a friend that had such a shock about this. I love how my part of the book is emotional, you think? I'm glad you like that. That her son had done something she wasn't in favor with. It wasn't her. It wasn't aligned to her beliefs and her faith and all of that. And she was upset. And why I tell you upset, a deep level of upset. And she called me. And she's talking with me about the situation. And she's telling me she's made up her mind because of what the son has done, that she's not going to ever talk to him again. And I said, really? I said, listen to me. That is your son. You do not have a choice. You gave birth to him. I didn't raise him that way. I said it has nothing to do in raising people. It has to be who you are and who he is and where he's standing. Do not do that. Agree, you do not like it. Tell him you didn't like it. Talk about all that. But do not turn your back and shut your mouth and don't talk to your son. You're going to hurt as much as he. So she built herself out of that hole. And I'm sure I know for sure, it was the opinion of others she listened to that brought her to that point. Is what people said to her. I would never talk to him and all of that. Fast forward to today. She told me last week, thank you for telling me not to give up on my son. Today, I am older. And when I call him and ask him to do something for me on the internet, on my cable, on my TV, he is there. And he calls every day to make sure I'm okay. How are you doing today, Mom? What do you need to do? Do you need help? If I even to get my airline tickets when I'm going away, I call him and I say, I need to get it. Right away, he's on it. I said, that is important. You supported him. He knows he did what he did. You didn't approve. and you chose to be by his side. And I always said that to my children. I always did. I always said to them, listen, I might not love everything that you do, but please do not lie to me. Let me know the truth. I haven't a choice. I am not your friend. I am your parent, your mother. I must stand on the same side of the sidewalk as you. I can't cross the street and say, I don't know you. I just can't. Because our energy from my navel to yours is still attached. Whether they cut it, it's still attached. That energy never goes away. The love I took for to nurture you, if it's an adopted child, it's the same thing. Do not cross the street because they're not doing what you desire them to do. Stand by your family. Share with the people you know that will understand that you too is having a hard time with this. You know, is this person the right person for me to have in my life at the moment? They might be right next month, but they're not right this month. They're not right in the story that you have to share. They're not right with your big dreams, goals, and desire. They're not right to hear that you're successful. They're not right to hear that you did this great thing. They're not right to hear that you're going through a challenge right now. They're not the right person in the moment. And then what level of friendship is this when they put you down? What level of friendship is this? That's the questions you ask yourself. It is important to keep the right company. Please do not share your big audacious dream with small-minded people. It's equivalent of expecting a pint to feed a gallon. You cannot expect a person that can only carry a pint to show up and be a gallon. It won't happen. So let me see what you guys have to say before I close this. I can't wait to squeeze you in the person one day. You have been the best friend ever shared with me. You're a beautiful experience. I'm so proud of myself for all the accomplishment I've made. You have really grown. Amazing. I love that. I know an in-law like that. Her big sister, I told her to her face after her negative lies and gossip, I don't mess with you anymore. So she tries to get others to think like her. The thing is that when somebody does that, they are creating their own destiny. What you give to the world or to anybody personally comes right back, Georgie. That is why when people come up to me and they say things to me that, and I'm not in a mood to go to it, I go, are you okay? But I am a sponge. Most people born under the sign of a Taurian, we're like sponges. We take the shit, we take the shit, we take it. And the people that are pushing it at us always believe we're not going to respond. So they keep doing it. And then one day, for the least tiny provocation, we blow. And when we do, they look at us and they're shocked. Everybody's shocked because you've taken it for months and years. And why not? All they did was breathe in your direction. But that was the straw that broke the camel's back. And so you have to be careful with people like that because they have no other, thank you, Drew and Chase, no other choice. And that is important. So I am very comfortable with the group that Hugo said. So guys, how are you feeling today? And if you are feeling sad, pick this up. It's on Amazon. And it's glossy and it's bright. And it only tells you things that will make you positive. There's a story after every pillar. So you understand what that person was going through or what the pillar is. And, you know, it's some, as I said, I like reading this thing for you. So what is it? It is, now is your opportunity to dare to venture. Venture into what it is. Now is always the right time. Do not believe no to do the best at a new venture is not now, it's now. What you have to watch is where you take that platter of your venture to do. Who you hand it to. Be careful. Not everybody got the muscle to carry the weight of your dreams, goals, or desires. Do not hand it to them. They will drop it. They do not have what it takes to hold that up high like you do. So whatever dream, goals, or desires you have, do not share it. Be selfish, especially when you already know that they will do their best to drop it and say, oops, No. Do not let them do that. Just like what Georgie said, the sister-in-law that, you see, you gave her, so she took it, she gossiped, she dropped it. And no, you have a choice. Do not pick it up. Keep going forward. Leave her alone. And guys, there is no reason that any one of you should be suffering in a situation. We did not come to pay the price twice. You have your guardian angel. You don't have to know the name of the guardian angel of the person you need to communicate with or get it settled or fix it. Just ask your guardian angel to talk to their guardian angel. And every time the pain comes through, no matter where they are, what standards they are at, where in the world they are, and you have to speak something with them. So I go, Joyce, talk to so-and-so's guardian angel, and you guys sort it out. I don't ask for an outcome. I just let it go. And when the little nick presses on it, Joyce, you got this, right? In the middle of something that comes through, you go and you just go back to your guardian angel and say, you got this. Remember, you got this, right? And you walk away. You keep doing that. And as you go through doing that, it will the tide will go back, will draw back. The waves will get smaller. And that stress will leave you a little bit happier because you see your guardian angel is on it and believe they're on it, know they're on it. And you do not talk to them about it. It's your prayer. In the middle of the confrontation, Joyce, you're on it, right? You got this, right? You got it, right? And then remember, guys, to be grateful to your guardian angel for taking care of that situation for you. Because they will. And don't doubt that this will happen. So let me see which one of you are still here. Hi, Kimberly. How are you doing? Stacy and Diney. Oh, I got it. You go. Georgie, Lisa, Marina, Colleen, Ryan, Lorna, and Loretta. Wonderful people, goodbye for today. And have a great day. I have no idea what the day is going to bring, but I'm ready to enjoy it. Have fun, everybody. Love you. Oh, I have tomatoes coming out of my ears. Beef stick tomatoes, they're so delicious. Cucumber is another story. They didn't do well this year. Normally I have cucumbers this long. Zucchini is amazing. Beets, everything else is kale, everything else in the garden, except cucumber. It got too much water. And they look like they're really struggling to get it and not enough sunshine. They need both. And they didn't do well. But anyway, yes, it has been a great time watching things grow in the garden. I have sunflowers for the first time. I have one big one. And the roses are doing their thing. And that's it. So everybody have a wonderful day. And I'll see you guys on the other side of time. Do not forget to get your copy. Oh, by the way, I forgot. I have a Facebook page called the 5 Pillars of Prosperity, and you can join. So what I want to do is what I plan to do is to create a cohort so that we meet on that and we take the book and do it together on the 5 Pillars of Prosperity Facebook page. And then those of you that wants to do it personally, then we arrange something so you can get personal thing. And of course, it will be you alone with me, so you might have to pay me money for that. But I said might, right? So, but join the cohort on the 5 Pillar of prosperity, and let's see where we take it. And choose one thing in your life you want to work on, whether it's patience, whether it's debt, whether it's weight loss, whether it's consistency, whether it's discipline. It's going to be there. So go in and let us work on that together, because there's no point, this tiny book is in your hand and you haven't made a change. So this is July. It takes time. You have to look at yourself a year from now and say, okay, what happened? And you write it down, you date it. The day we start doing this, you write it in your book, you'll be doing notes. It's going to be fun. So I'll speak to you guys later, and have an absolutely amazing and wonderful day, and see you. And don't forget, the discipline that you crave is already inside of you. The reason why you're not doing what you desire to do is because you're taking too big a gulp. Take a little bite and savor it in your mouth and then swallow. Take another bite. Do not take those big gulps anymore. Have a wonderful day. Love you. Bye, everybody.